This is Rummy's Corner.
You know, Quasimodo predicted all this.
Coming up on June 1st from the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Zhang Big Bang Zhilei is scheduled to square off against former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. This heavyweight contest between two of the biggest punchers in the world today will be featured as a part of the undercard for the upcoming bout for undisputed light heavyweight supremacy between undefeated champions Dmitry Bivol and Arthur Beterbiev. This is a damn interesting matchup. Both of these guys are getting older, both of them are coming off of a loss, and both of them possess devastating knockout power. Indeed, Wilder and Zhang are arguably, if not probably, the two hardest punchers in all of boxing today. The nuclear right of the Bronze Bomber versus the nuclear left of Big Bang Zhang. Naturally, with power being the last thing to go as boxers age, and with Wilder and Zhang each having their fair share of flaws, the expectation going into this one is that someone is getting brutally knocked out. Zhang has lost 2 of his last 4. He lost a close and somewhat controversial unanimous decision against Filip Hrgović. He won a pair of impressive stoppage wins against the then highly regarded juggernaut Joe Joyce. And most recently, he lost a majority decision against Joseph Parker back in March. Meanwhile, Wilder has lost 3 of his last 4. He was stopped in his second and third fights against Tyson Fury. He stopped Robert Helenius in the opening round. And then he lost a lopsided unanimous decision against the very same Joseph Parker last December. Joseph Parker is the common denominator here, and neither Wilder nor Zhang looked especially good against Parker, although Zhang clearly provided greater resistance. Against Wilder, Parker was able to completely neutralize his right with a clever blend of movement and maneuvering. The strategy and execution worked perfectly and prevented Wilder from ever feeling comfortable enough to launch that big right with any accuracy. Parker was patient and methodical, and he was very selective with his output while ensuring he was never a stationary target just lingering in Wilder's optimal punching range. Wilder was left looking confused and unsure of himself, and he never got going on offense. Parker didn't do a whole lot on offense either, but he didn't need to, because his tactics shut Wilder down, and whenever Parker did attack, he did so with quick precision while maintaining that clever blend of movement and maneuvering. Zhang had more success against Parker, but Parker's general approach was much the same. Parker was not providing Zhang with a clear target, and Parker was able to mostly neutralize Zhang's big left and his overall output. Whenever Zhang did land, Parker was generally absorbing the incoming fire well, and the 2 times he was dropped by Zhang, he recovered quickly and went back to business in a smart and disciplined fashion. That first knockdown in round 3 was an especially nice, well-disguised left from Zhang. Aside from those 2 knockdowns, however, Zhang had very little success and was mostly outclassed by Parker. Parker never provided him with any big window openings to counter, and Zhang otherwise lacked the stamina and athleticism to effectively attack. Wilder looked a little gun-shy against Parker, in large part because Parker always positioned himself in such a way that he was never comfortable unloading. Wilder isn't apt to have that same problem against Zhang. Indeed, while Zhang does have deceptively fast hands, his feet aren't especially quick. Wilder may not have the greatest footwork in the world, but he is quicker on his feet than Zhang, even if clumsier too. This means that Zhang will have a trickier time maintaining a safe distance where he is not just lingering inside Wilder's optimal range, which should afford Wilder more opportunities to comfortably unload when he thinks he's got Zhang positioned where he wants him. Zhang is a better technical boxer, and he is extremely good at parrying the jab of an orthodox fighter. But in the case of Wilder, he doesn't use his jab a whole lot to begin with, often to his own detriment. The fact that Zhang also has stamina issues, and at times is a bit sluggish with the activity, these are also factors that can perhaps provide Wilder with an edge, depending on the ebb and flow. Add in the fact that Zhang is susceptible to being hit by right hands, both in the Parker fight and especially in the loss against Hrgovic. This is more reason for Wilder to be encouraged going into this one. But on the flip side, Zhang is a superior technician, and Wilder's ability to maneuver and position himself accordingly isn't on the same level as Parker. That in itself should inherently afford Zhang more opportunities and better opportunities to unleash a mean counter. Beyond that, Wilder isn't exactly a high output guy himself, so Zhang's stamina issues may not come into play as much because Wilder himself is selective with his output and fights at a measured pace. That's promising for Zhang, because he probably will not need to work as hard as he did against Parker in order to keep it competitive. This is an utterly fascinating matchup where each boxer has specific weaknesses that could potentially be exploited by the strengths of the other. This might well boil down to who lands big first. If that's the case, and the first big punch landed becomes the defining moment of the bout, then I'm inclined to believe Zhang can deliver first. Again, Zhang is the one who is a technically superior operator in the realm of the sweet science. But if Wilder still has that same drive he once had, and to be sure, it is difficult to assess exactly how hungry Wilder has been since losing that trilogy fight against Fury, then Zhang landing big first might not necessarily mean the end for Wilder, especially if he can bide his time and stretch things late where Zhang's stamina issues are more likely to surface. Bottom line for me, a lot of people have been trying to discredit Joseph Parker, claiming that Wilder is gun-shy, less determined, and no longer the same fighter he once was. And a lot of these same people are trying to further discredit Parker, claiming Zhang is an old man with stamina issues and a sluggish output. I don't think Wilder and Zhang lost against Parker because they are old or shot. I think they both lost against Parker because they couldn't cope with Parker's refined tactics coming to fruition under the guidance of Andy Lee. In other words, I think Parker turned out to be a bad style matchup for both of those guys, particularly at a time when Parker really seems to be peaking and perhaps realizing his full potential. I still view Zhang and Wilder as elite heavyweights, where the winner will no doubt remain a legit top 10 heavyweight. And I believe both will be highly motivated, with the prospect of another big opportunity in Saudi Arabia in the balance. I think we're in for one hell of a fight here. A real banger that will be absolutely bonkers. I do believe Zhang will land the first big punch in the early rounds. I have a sneaking suspicion it might be a right hand that finds the mark. And that might well be the end of it, especially if Wilder's heart really is no longer in it since the third Fury fight. But I actually believe Wilder's heart will prove to be in it to win it, and not just for the payday. I believe Wilder will become emboldened and more dangerous at this point, and he will bide his time while getting a bit wilder, which I believe will transform this into a magnificent war of attrition, where each guy has his moments when a sporadic explosive firefight breaks out in an otherwise slow and measured affair. In the second half of the fight, with both fighters exhausted, hurt, and disoriented, and as Zhang becomes more and more sluggish and less active, it will appear as if Wilder is on his way to overcoming adversity in an epic win for the ages. But in his fatigued and disoriented state, I believe it is then that Wilder will make the costly mistake that Zhang will capitalize on, which will ultimately win the day. And I think it will be in one of those moments that comes out of nowhere, in the sense that Zhang will have had a long stretch of inactivity, recharging as it were, before he finally finds the energy to pounce when Wilder gets reckless. So for my official prediction, I am taking Big Bang Zhang by 8th round knockout, but I ain't especially confident in that. Wilder might be able to land big first, where he can unload on an out-of-position Zhang with his feet planted. And maybe I'm wrong that Wilder still has any fight left in him, and Zhang's superior technical ability will allow him to land a monster shot that ends it early. But I really believe we are in for a fun and entertaining scrap in this one, where the fact that each man's weaknesses can play into the other's strengths will make this particular clash of styles especially captivating. At the end of the day, Zhang is a damn good tactician, and I think Wilder has actually gone backwards in that regard since parting ways with Breland. So I like Zhang inside the distance in a barn burner that is absolutely bonkers. But as always, what the hell do I know? I ain't exactly Quasimodo over here. But I am genuinely looking forward to this one on the Better BF B-Vol undercard. And best of luck to both Wilder and Zhang. I'm fired up. So who do you think will win between Wilder and Zhang? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful night. This is Rummy's Corner.
Nostradamus. Quasimodo's the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
All right. Nostradamus.
Nostradamus and Notre Dame. It's two different things completely.